It sounds like you have ventured off into a few different avenues of real estate and investing in different ventures in general. How do you manage to do different things, but not drop the balls that you already have in the air? You know, the flips, the brokerage, the meetup. Like, how are you able to do that, and then also continue to look for new things and feel that you're spending enough time to actually get into something new without, then having your other stuff suffer as well? Like, how do you balance that?
Yeah. I'm a bit of an overachiever, and I don't say this in a positive way because sometimes I feel like I could just chill and life
Mhm.
is still going to be okay. But, for me, it's like, okay, if I took someone's listing, I have to get them top dollar. If I took on, um, someone under my wing, I have to make them succeed. If I took on a project, I can't let it fail. So it's all about, I think, if you're in that mindset, no matter what you do. Like, I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were like, so what is the path to follow? Like, do you first do single family fix and flip, then you do multifamily, then you buy a rental? Like, I'm like, who's making the rules? Like,
Mhm.
what do you feel like doing, right? What do you want to do today? Do you want to go buy an apartment building? Go research it. You can buy it. You can syndicate. You can find lenders. You can find people that believe in you to come, to come have your back. Like, you can make those things happen. You want to do a burr, like you want to go buy a building and rent it and refinance it, and rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. Go do that, and then do a single family flip. Like, who is making the rules here?
Mhm.
So when I first, I didn't expect to do many different things, but I bought a flip that I could have made a 50K profit on, but I turned it into $1 million profit. The way to do that was by subdividing the land, rehabbing the property, renting that property out. While the property was rented and paying my mortgage, I subdivided the land. It took me 3.5 years. Did I go into the flip thinking that's what I was going to do? No. But an opportunity presented itself and I took it. So, I would have never said, okay, I'm going to start flipping homes and then I'm going to subdivide land, or I'm going to start flipping homes and then I'm going to convert it into an assisted living facility. These are not things that I went into it saying I was going to do, but I think you just mold yourself to the opportunities that present itself. And if you're open to them and open to taking something down, then you can, grow into these different roles and you would be just fine. I mean, there's always challenges. Like, every day I wake up and I'm like, how many fires am I going to put out today? I literally have a bet. I'm like, I'm going to go with 5. And it's like every hour something new comes up. I just discovered that on a project of mine that I had to literally relocate a driveway that involved taking down massive Douglas firs in a city that loves their trees. Like, how am I going to do that? So it's
Mhm.
like taking it one step at a time. And then you look back and you have this fascinating story to tell. And I think that's what's exciting about this business is, like, it's all in your hands at the end of the day. If you can talk to the right people and you can't afford to spend a little bit of money to fix your problems, then those will go away.
Mhm.
You'll be challenged with new problems, but that's life.
Yeah. I think you touched on something that's interesting, and I'm curious. I mean, you kind of already answered it, but I want it a little bit more direct. I think a lot of people have that fear of something coming up that they're not going to know how to handle, how to correct, how to fix, know what to do. How do you tackle those problems that come up? Is there, one thing that you always do? Is it a multitude of things? Like, how do you handle those?
Yeah, I think your network is massive. you
Hmm.
know if there's a problem and I go to my network, I'm pretty sure someone in there is going to solve it for me. It's just about knowing who to call or knowing who to ask, so that they can help you. If you
That's
look around you, like, there's thousands of people doing so many different things. If I just took my own network into account, I can talk to 5 different people and they're all doing 5 different things, but essentially they're all fix and flip, you know, but they have different experiences under their belts.
Hmm.
So please reach out to your network. That is like the biggest thing. That is, your success indicator. That's everything.
I say it all the time. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody about real estate, and I was in a Facebook group, and I saw someone post something, and I was just like, it like blew my mind. I was like, wow, that was really fast. So I just sent him a message and I said, hey, I want to connect with you. I have questions. I want to ask you questions. And I was talking to somebody and I showed him the post and he's like, that's bullshit. And I was like, it might be bullshit. It might not be real, but I'm going to reach out. I'm going to talk to that person. And that's something that I could not tell enough that, a successful real estate investor is not someone that buys a deal for 50 and sells it for 50 million. That may be successful, but you're not going to be able to do that unless you have a database or a potential network of people that you can go to when a problem comes up. You could reach out to someone to potentially help you. Hey, have you ever run into this problem, or can you point me in the right direction? Those are things that everybody should be doing in this space, because what that person posted blew my mind, and it's very difficult to blow my mind. But what she did, and I'm going to reach out, I'm going to pick her brain, but when I was talking to the individual, he's like, what's the point of even asking her the questions? I said, listen, part of this game is part of this space is to do that. It's to reach out to find, maybe she's lying. Maybe it's a complete lie whatsoever, but I'm going to be the one that asks the questions. And I don't think people do it enough. So I agree. Your network is so key. And, one of my original goals when I first set out to do real estate was to meet 30 new people every single month, because it gave me 360 people at the end of the year that I did not know. Now, whether they were someone that never flipped anything or someone that had, hundreds of thousands of rentals, at least it was someone I didn't know the prior year. And now it's someone I could potentially ask a question to in the future. Or maybe that rookie person that never did anything 4 years from now has a successful something that can help me where I'm at. So I agree with you. I think it's important. That was a goal I stuck to, just meeting new people every single month, to know it was easy to count, easy to quantify, to whether you know if you did it or not, whatever it may be. And I think it's something that every real estate investor has to do. I know during these times it's a little bit tougher, but actually it's probably easier because you don't have to go to events. You can now people just get on the phone and Facebook and Zoom, and you don't even have to leave your house. So it's actually probably easier today than it was, but it's something that people...
that's what I did with my meetup is we would meet once a month in person. But then after COVID, I changed it and we are now meeting virtually once a month. I still have amazing webinars and virtual meetups, and like 150 people show up and we network in breakout rooms, and it's amazing. And the cool thing about it is I'm able to go network with people in New York or people in Chicago or LA. And before it was just like, who do I know in the Seattle market? But then this is giving me so much insight in into different aspects. And what, people like you guys are so cool, and you're up to some amazing things. And I would have never found you if it wasn't for virtual, interactions and telecommunications, which was not a thing before COVID.
Yeah. Well, that's how we spoke first. In the past month or two, I've just been, reaching out to a couple of people a week on LinkedIn just to jump on a, 15 to 30 minute call just to know some more people. And just, I'm sitting at home and I can spend an extra hour a day or a couple hours a week. It doesn't take that much time to reach out to people. You can be, very unstrategic and message the 2 or 5 first people you see and just do that really quickly. Or you can spend a little bit of time. I was trying to be a little bit more strategic on people I was talking to and meeting, and feel like it would be a good conversation and somebody I want to know. So I would spend 5 to 15 minutes just scrolling through LinkedIn, just trying to find people I thought, hey, interesting, or was interacting with someone I knew and just thought, hey, this is a good person to reach out to. And you don't speak to everybody, and some conversations just kind of fall flat on their face and you don't really get anything from. But then other conversations, you talk to some people that are really great, and you kind of kick off that relationship for something 12, 24, 36 months from now. So I mean, if anybody listening isn't doing that currently, especially in today's environment, I think it's a waste of time, basically.